All right. I'm here with Ashley Ridenour. Hey, Ashley.
Hi,
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Jen?
Good. So, Ashley, you're a newer agent and you're out of the Detroit, Michigan area, but you decided to come to eXp as your first brokerage. And a lot of people think like eXp isn't for new agents. But tell us about your process and why you chose to come here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I chose eXp because it was the best option in the simplest of terms. I did interview other brokers, some local to the Metro Detroit area and some more national brands like eXp, but there were a few determining factors that really stood out to me.
Mhm.
Number one, I'm brand new to real estate. I have never sold a house before. They have this platform called eXp World, and they host live trainings daily. So there's so much training for new agents and experienced agents. So that was one of the determining factors.
Were the other brokerages though, I assume they were talking about training and stuff too.
Yeah, they were more live in-person trainings.
Okay.
And the EXP, everything's online.
Yeah.
So I do have a child and the
Lifestyle.
remote learning, everything. Yeah, online is way easier for me.
Well, that was like one of the problems with the brokerage that I was at before. It was all like live in person also. And we did have, I don't have any kids, but a lot of my colleagues like you, they do have children. And so it was really hard for them to get to the training, even though they wanted to go, and it like wasn't recorded, and it was like hard to park and they couldn't get there. And it was like, what's the point? They couldn't even get to a meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And number two is the mentorship aspect
Mhm.
of it. So before I started real estate, I just went to YouTube, how to get started in real estate. And the top response, yeah, right. The top response I found is find somebody who will work your deals with you and then split the commission with them.
Mhm.
So with EXP, you have to have a mentor your first 3 transactions, and it's only a 10% fee.
Nice.
So that was really appealing too. I didn't have to split it 50-50 from the get-go.
Right.
And these people have your best interest in mind too.
Well, and then that's like even before the broker split. So it's like if you're new and you're partnering with somebody else, it's like if you're splitting it with them 50-50, then you have to split it your part with the
Hmm.
broker after that.
And
Yeah,
then taxes.
yeah, the mentorship is really good, but I've also found do you find that people help you beyond your mentor?
Absolutely. So I work in an office with 44 other agents and we're on a WhatsApp chat.
Okay.
So every day there are
Oh
people
my God.
asking questions. Yeah, and it's awesome because there's so much to learn in real estate.
Mhm.
So when there are experienced agents still asking questions and people have recommendations, it really is like a family core, which is nice.
Nice. So you guys actually have an office?
Yes, we're located in Trenton. So I work under Michelle Sayward.
Do you go there?
I do. Sometimes she has live trainings. She just had a guest speaker from California come in and do a KV core training. So I did go
Nice.
there.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
here too, we find a lot of people, some people get offices because they think they like that. They like going to an office. And as agents, we're allowed to go there into anybody's office that they have. And then some people like me, I don't like to have like one set office. I like to travel, depending
Yeah.
on where I am in the city, depends on where I want to be. And so like, I mean, there's offices, I don't know if you know, but we have like the Regis connection. And so
Mhm.
that you can go to like any of the Regis offices. So I use like a bunch of them. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So the third reason I chose EXP is my associate broker. So the office I work at is operated by a national top producer.
Hmm.
And I knew I wanted to work underneath somebody who sold 75 to 100 homes a year,
Yeah,
because eventually that's where I would like to be. So
nice.
when I was interviewing other brokers and they sold 25 homes, I knew I wanted to be at a higher level. So that was another reason I chose was the person.
Nice.
Um, Number four is the stock advantage. I'm sure you're aware of that too. So this one is huge because no other real estate company pays stock to their agents. And there are different ways to earn stock portfolios and bonuses. And you can invest percentages from each commission check.
Right.
And that was very, very appealing to me. And number 5, the MLM aspect of it, the multi-level marketing. So you can recruit agents and earn what they call rev share from their production. So even though I'm not at the point in my career where I'm recruiting agents, and just like I said, I came for my associate broker, people who want to sell a large amount of real estate or do well follow other agents who do really well. So I knew if I could get my business to a point where I could help other agents and train them and also be paid on that, I knew that's where I wanted to be. So,
but you bring up a good point. I mean, there's a reason why top producing agents in every city are coming to eXp, especially after their brokerage for so long. I mean, we were at ours for 10 years, you know?
Oh, wow.
So yeah, there's a reason. And you're right. It's like, you're here to find out.
Yeah, the multiple streams of income was very appealing to me. And, you know, they say realtors never retire. And I kind of understand a little bit being into this world where eXp, you can retire with real estate. And I think that's really cool.
Well, you have a choice, right? So like, not being able to retire is different than not wanting to. So it's better to have the choice, and then you can pick and choose who you want to work with, when you want to work, like whatever you want to do. Choices, it's freedom.
Yeah, it's the flexibility and the freedom, just like you said.
Awesome.
So I find that awesome.
Those are
and the tools. Yeah. So I've done research before jumping in, and I keep saying, you know, I kept reading things about KV Core and this best platform, you know, and I really didn't know what it was. So if you see headlines of like the most powerful real estate CRM platform, what I love about KV Core, though, it's not owned by eXp. So if for whatever reason I wanted to leave a brokerage, I could still keep that platform and keep my database, where that's not, you know, an option at some other places. So that was very appealing as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that really is like a very good tool, and tons of brokerages use it. It's not, like you said, it's not just specific to eXp. Well, what would you say to like an agent who feels like the cloud-based brokerage that they won't get the support that they feel like they need because they're newer?
I think the cloud-based brokerage is the best way to go. I mean, we just had COVID. We were all locked down. eXp was ahead of its time. You know, everything was online. We could do listing appointments via Zoom. But not being able to have the support, I would say, is the exact opposite. There's live training every single day. There are 24 hours. You can call somebody. I mean, we're global with eXp. So if you have a question at midnight, I mean, I don't know why you want to work at midnight, but if you had a question at midnight, you could get an answer, which is, it's unheard of, instead of waiting for your broker to respond. And eXp, right, because of the downline system and the MLM aspect of it, everyone wants you to succeed, because when you succeed, they also succeed. And that's the key factor that I think people should understand. Is
I think you're right. I think as real estate agents, we have this like natural helpfulness, but when you make it financially beneficial, then it just makes it, I don't know. I mean, it's not because we're greedy, right? It's just like, it makes it nicer and easier to help people, because if everybody does well, we all do well, you know? You're right about that.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if people have any referrals in Detroit, or they're curious about eXp, want to ask you some questions, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, so the best way to get a hold of me is either text or call. So I can give my cell phone number. It's 734-752-2920.
Awesome. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.